natural-born public speaker, and that's a fact.
Do you actually feel guilty or were you just told to feel guilty?
Focus on actually what we can do.
Point it out and show it to me.
You have the freedom to do what you want to and be what you want to in America.
What are we going to do about it?
What oppressed me?
Just saying.
So the CRT stuff, BS.
Okay, so I wanted to make this video again because you guys started flooding in with a lot of questions in what I was saying in regards to the mask being a false sense of security. So again, I told them these are the type of masks we getting right here. These are ones that they pass out on the job or they just have in boxes on the job. And this is in the hospitals down in certain regions in, let's just say, Southern Illinois / Missouri area, some areas around the Illinois area as well, right? But anyway, like I said, I showed them my bag in the last video, and long story short, I showed on here in the fine print again, so YouTube can't try to ban me for spreading false information, that it says this product is not intended. It said this product is intended for general purposes only or individual use and is not intended for the use to prevent disease or illness. Okay, so what I was telling you guys is that I was talking about droplet precautions, X, Y, Z. Now, some people started making comments which sounded ridiculous, like, hey, it would be irrelevant for you to have that little sticker thing that I had up there talking about droplet precautions. That's just an example of what you might see on the door. They said doctors wear masks to protect liquid from getting on them. And I'm not blasting you people. Y'all can go to the comment section and see this. But the last time I checked, a droplet is a liquid.
I mean, your brain cells have suffered a little bit. You're going to have moments like this. This is going to be on YouTube.
No, it's not. It's a very okay. Now, what I want to bring y'all attention to as well is because I just made this comment to my buddy Steve Franksack. He asked me the questions about aerosol, X, Y, and Z. So they gave us these packets that gave us like updates on how they want us to approach certain illnesses, types of duration of transmission based on precautions recommended for selected infections and conditions is what it says. So I got a list of things right here, ladies and gentlemen, that it tells us the precaution. So like right here, it says abscess draining. This says conjunctivitis, epiglottis. It says no gastroenteritis. It says hepatitis, viral type A, herpes simplex. You know, it has all these different things on here. But my point in saying all that is most of these things on here are, look at the list. Look how they're listed. See right here? See that? Look how they're listed as contact. You see contact. Now I highlighted this one right here. And you see it says herpes and it's airborne, right? So the reason why I listed that one right there, because I said that, no, I'm just going to throw something out there at you guys. You're more concerned about COVID, but then some of the ones in here that I got highlighted as being like contact or airborne, you're not worried about those. So here we go. Here go herpes zoster, shingles, better yet, it's shingles. It says it's airborne and contact. Okay? That's what it's listed as. This is what they just gave us. People that are, and then where I work at, like I said, because this doesn't express the views. This is this stuff they're getting that they want to give to us with the latest updates on how we should approach these certain illnesses, right? Herpes or shingles, it says it's airborne or contact. So you've been walking around all this time before COVID-19. You weren't worried about getting this airborne or contact shingles or anything, right? No, you weren't going around in stores, right? Okay, let's give it this, and let's have another one right here that I highlighted. Influenza. Contact or airborne is what it has it on there as. Misinformation? No. YouTube, there it is. This is what they're giving us, a lot of us medical professionals. Okay. Now, on here also, but it has influenza, but it has pandemic next to it. It has droplet. Okay. Measles, airborne. How come, you know, after you may have gotten your measles, mumps, and rubella vaccination back when you were a kid, I don't know how long that kept you safe, but why weren't you walking around with a mask on for measles? Because there was no measles outbreak. But still, how do you know the person next to you don't have it? How do you know this healthy person is not intruding on your air and your right to breathe the air?
Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm poking fun because I just want y'all to really look at how crazy this is when your mind gets to really thinking about this. Measles is airborne. Mumps is droplet. Okay. Let me see. Let me go down this list here. Smallpox is on here as airborne or contact. Okay. This says in the comment section, until all scabs have crusted and separated 3 to 4 weeks, non-vaccinated caregivers should not provide care when immune caregivers are available. No, my God. Okay, let's move on to another one. Let's say staph. Everybody heard of staph infection. That is contact, okay? Oh, let me so I can show y'all smallpox and all that. See that? Smallpox, airborne contact. Tuberculosis is airborne contact. So why weren't none of you guys walking around with a mask on? For some of you say, I have asthma, I have CHF, I have I have COPD, I have cystic fibrosis, I have a lot of respiratory illness issues throughout my life. Why weren't you walking around with a mask all the time to protect yourself from somebody that you don't know that may have tuberculosis, such as myself, who's healthy, but I might have tuberculosis, huh? Why weren't you worried about it then? Why weren't you going into the grocery stores wearing your mask, worried about the possibility that you might encounter somebody walking around that has tuberculosis? Okay. Here's another one right here. Airborne contact. See that? Airborne contact. I just want to highlight that to let people know, why weren't you walking around afraid of these different ones that are airborne? Susceptible caregivers should not enter the room if immune caregivers are available. That's what it says about a lot of this. But what I want to draw y'all attention to is the updated version of what they gave us with SARS, COVID-19. Look what it has it listed on there as. Droplet. Not even contact, not even airborne, but droplet. Droplet, ladies and gentlemen, means that if you come within a certain distance of a person, this was something that a lot of the hospitals that I work for, they allow me to do because they know that I don't get vaccinations at all. I've never been vaccinated in my life and I don't plan on having it. But the point is this. They tell me that if possible, Ty, when you treat a patient, like if they come after post-surgery and you have to get close to them, you need to stay 6 feet away from them. If you need to somehow or some way, if you need to touch them, they say that you need to put on a mask and you need to put on a shield during flu season when you come close to a patient. This is what I was being told because they said it is droplet during flu season. If a patient has any signs and symptoms of a flu, Tyler, you have to wear a mask and you have to wear a shield. Is what I was told I would have to do because it's droplet. Right? So in this particular case, COVID is listed as a droplet precaution. So why are you walking outside with a mask on? Why are you in your car with a mask on? If it was such a serious thing and if it was such a pandemic like they're claiming that it is, putting a mask on as a sign on your door is not sufficient. If it was really that bad, then every place, convenience stores, grocery stores, department stores, whatever you want to call it, they should have a thing on their door that says droplet precaution or something like that, just to warn you of droplets. But then you have to ask, who am I going to go in here to be that close to that the possibility of droplets can get on me? Have y'all ever asked yourselves who even gets that close to you anyway? What stranger gets that close to you? Did you know that within this form right here that I have with all these different illnesses listed on here, like from scabies to SARS, which is strange. They got SARS on here as an airborne droplet contact. Anyway, smallpox, staph, viral tuberculosis, just basic wound drainage or wound infections, pneumonia is a droplet of contact. Poliomyelitis. I mean, you got a lot of things in here that has droplet and airborne and contact, whatever like that. And I ask you again, do you go into the grocery stores when you go and shop, when you go and you might pick up something and look at it like this and, oh, this is a new thing that came out and you don't want it. You put it there and all of a sudden you're walking, and while you're walking, you're looking at something, your hair happens to get out. You use that same hand and touch your tongue to get the hair off your tongue or whatever it may be. It can be anything. It can be anything. It could be anything, but you sat there and touched it. Do you go through your whole life worrying about that you do all those things? Do you? No, you do not. So again, all these different things, these different illnesses that's listed on this sheet right here, all listed different type of ways that they can actually be transmitted. But do you go around trying to protect yourself every day? Because as of a year and a half ago, I didn't see nobody in the grocery store with a mask on. I didn't see nobody in the grocery store with gloves on. I didn't see anybody in the grocery store with shields on or the little things you put up on your face for the ones that actually really do care about their health. And because you got all this stuff going on, I hardly seen anybody like that. The most I've seen people with masks on were a lot of my pediatric patients on the cancer floor. Now, I always would put a mask on for them because anything that you might have in you, you can infect them, and you can infect them with just the smallest thing. You just don't know. You know, you might just have a runny nose and you might have a small little bit of a cold, and this kid with cancer can get that and it can just completely wipe them out. So I completely understand that. But at the same time, not to make people feel bad about this, our pediatric patients that were cancer patients, when they went out and about, they put a mask on to protect themselves. But they didn't require for people out in the general public to put a mask on to protect those kids. Now, I know that might seem like, oh, this is, but no, I know that's a sweet gesture. I know that this may sound like it's just like, you know, like I don't care, but I really do care. But my point is, how many of you guys in your whole life have you gone out and you've seen little kids with the mask on and they got the little scarf on their head? Now, did you put a mask on while you're in the grocery store? Or you just kind of looked at them and you just kind of felt a little touch, and you probably possibly said a little prayer for them in your head, like, Lord, let that child live. Something like that, right? But again, when that child went out amongst you, they put a mask on to protect themselves, not demanding that everybody else put a mask on to protect them. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there because I know some people have some questions about that, but this is what they gave us. So of the utmost important and the most updated way that they want us to handle certain things and guidelines, that's what we have for SARS COVID-19 is listed as a droplet, not airborne. Not aerosol, not even contact. So to me, that's kind of a little like, because we do know that the particle, the size of the COVID-19 virus is smaller than what typical aerosols are. So I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. They just trying to make, I don't know. I'm just telling you right here, they have it listed as a droplet. And we're about 2 years into this thing, and I haven't gotten COVID. You can call it luck. You can call it what you want to. I've been following the universal precautions since I've been around the medical field. I don't get that close to people. No way. I don't get that close to their face. I'm just saying. And if that's the case, if I know that it's a droplet, I don't care if you do have COVID or not. Anytime I see droplet precaution, Ty Smith usually puts a mask on, but then I also put a shield on because I know that anything they might say or that I can see I can see the vapors of little spit particles right there on the shield. So that's giving me double protection because the droplet definitely is not going through a shield. It'll go through that mask easier than it'll go through that shield. Well, it can go around the shield and float into the, okay, but I got the mask on. So anyway, y'all catch my drift now, okay? Personally, it's over. I'm sorry, y'all. I go in different places. It's over. If you want to keep on letting the news keep you in fear, going around wearing the mask all the time, everywhere you go, then hey, more power to you. But I'm back. I've been back to normal. I've been back to normal. My family has been back to normal. Everybody's enjoying themselves. We go in all places of public access with no mask on. Nobody says a word. Because honestly, I really believe people are like, okay, it's over. The fearmonger can only last so long. Anyway, let me know what y'all think by putting in the comments below after this video. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man. I hope and pray every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all through Jesus. What is going on, folks? Appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, if you're trying to get to the next reaction video that I did after this video, it's right here. But if you're trying to get to my own personal stuff where I do a lot of comedy things that make you laugh, can help brighten your day, then you click right here, all right? And if you want to subscribe to this channel, you forgot to get to know who I am first, all right? Then you're going to click right here to lead you into this subscription. Make sure you hit the bell notifications to get notified anytime I post a video, all right? Peace.